Today we're going to talk to you about binary options. Did you know that you can earn up to 81% each 15 minutes? Increase your monthly earnings. You can get an extra income from your own home. Read carefully to understand how the system works, or just watch this video. You'll learn all the steps in this video. You'll learn how the system works. You can also see the winners. By the way, congratulations to Brian White for its great result last week. You can understand the system. You can know how to apply the system in 4 easy steps. You can know it all on this video. Your odds to win is 100. So start investing and earn real money now. Here are our partners to put this system to the test. I'm going to work with OptionBit, which offers a 35% bonus. Sometimes they can offer a bigger bonus. Sometimes you can get up to 100%, so you'll double your starting capital, your starting investment. So it's pretty good to test this system. So now we're going to take it to our partner, to Dan, the bulldozer, a very well-known person in the industry. Dan is going to show you how to make money on OptionBit.
Okay, so today is August 13th, and it is 40 minutes past 1. As you can see, my account has just a little bit more than $10,000 in it, which is the amount that I've managed to make during the past week. It works by following the steps shown below and by following a simple set of rules. First, you check the Trader Insight table. And as you can see, 72% of traders at this moment are saying that the Euro USD is going to go up. So I'm going to go with the majority, and I'm going to make my trade using the call button. I'm going to start with a $12 trade, and if it comes in, I'm going to start another $12 trade until I possibly lose a trade. Once I eventually lose, I'm not going to panic. I'm simply going to start increasing the value of my trades incrementally according to the numbers shown below this video. So you start with a $12 trade, then move on to $28, $70, and then you make your final trade for $150. By then, the odds are going to be completely in your favor since you've been consistently trading in the same direction with the majority of traders according to the Trader Insight tool. Okay, so I've just entered into a trade. Let me click OK. So I'm trading the Euro USD currency pair in the same direction as 72% of traders. What makes me a better trader using this system is that I have a consistent strategy. I'm going to stick to it, and whether I win or lose a trade, it doesn't matter, as long as I'm always in control of the bigger picture. I don't involve my emotions in this strategy, and this is an important part of the whole thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video now for a bit, just for a second, so that waiting for the trade to come in doesn't bore you, and I'll be back with you when the trade expires. Alright, we're back now, and it's 2 o'clock, and the trade is expiring. Perfect. I've managed to get that $21.72 return, which means this was a successful trade. If you look at my balance, it's just updating itself, and the money is being added to my account as we speak. Let's just click on My Trades for a moment so you can see the time I entered into the trade, the trade rate when I entered, and the rate at the time of expiry, all of which give me a profit of $9.72 for this trade. Now, since this is a successful trade, I'm going to click back to the Trade tab. I'm going to look at the Trader Insight chart, click Euro USD, and then quickly enter another $12 trade. Remember, I won the previous trade, so I'm back at step 1, a process that I'm going to continue until I lose a trade. So the trade has been executed successfully, and it's set to expire at 2:30. So we can pause the video again for a bit, and I'll be back with you as soon as this trade expires. Okay, the trade is now expiring, and it looks like it's going to be another successful trade, which is fine. This means we're going to go back again to step 1 until we lose a trade. Sometimes I can spend hours and hours just on one step, which actually can get a little bit boring at times. My account balance up at the top is updating again, and as you can see, we're heading in the right direction. But this is just the beginning. I'm going to click on My Trades up here to show you my 2 winning trades, and as you can see, we're in the black with an additional $20. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop. I'm going to go back to the Trade tab. I'm going to look at the Trader Insight chart, select Euro USD, and begin again back at step 1 by entering into another $12 trade. Right, let me just click OK here, and here we go. I've now entered into the trade. As you've noticed, I keep winning my trades, which is reasonable given that I'm trading in the same direction as the majority of the traders. They're really doing all the hard work, and I just do my trades based on their statistics, and I manage my investments to protect me from any losses. And this is really important, and I really want to emphasize this. Even if I lose a trade, it doesn't really matter because what I'm always looking at is the bigger picture, and it really is that simple. So this trade will expire at 3 o'clock, and again, I don't want you to get bored, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back at somewhere around 3 o'clock. Okay, we are back, and this trade is now expiring. Now, when I win another trade, I need to go back to step 1, which, as I mentioned, can sometimes feel a bit dull. However, I'm not really here to have fun. I'm here to make money. So this is the idea of sticking to a strategy, no matter how boring it might be at times. Trading, like most jobs, isn't always fun. In fact, it can be downright tedious at times, but as long as I manage to generate a nice weekly income, I feel more than compensated for the occasional boredom thanks to the lifestyle that I get to enjoy with the money that I earn here. Let's just click My Trades to see the result of the trade, and it looks like this trade didn't come in. And that's fine, because it just means I will now get to move on to the next step. Again, the 1 or 2 trades I lose here and there, they're not going to bother me. I'm going to continue sticking to my strategy and not let my emotions interfere with my trading. So the $12 trade didn't come in, which means the next step is trading $28. I'm going to choose Euro USD, look at the Trader Insight chart. 70% of traders are saying it's going to go up, so I'll click Call and enter into the $28 trade, and that's going to give me a possible return of $50.68. That means that if I win this trade, I'll make about a $22 profit, and that's going to be enough to cover the loss from my previous trade and make a little bit of money on top of that as well. Alright, I'm going to pause the video now, and I'll be back with you when this trade expires. Alright, we're back, and this trade is now expiring, and again, it doesn't look like it's going to come in. It looks like I'm going to lose this particular trade as well. If you notice, while you might get a little worried there, I stay completely calm. I do this every day, so I know what to expect already, but this is also an important part of this strategy. The fact that I lost another trade doesn't make me turn away from it and change my plans all of a sudden. It simply means my next trade will be $70, and that's enough to cover the loss of the last 2 trades and make money on top of that as well. As long as I keep working according to the Trader in Pajamas steps, my odds will continue to improve. So let's just click the My Trades tab up here to show you my losing trades, and let's see the overall result of our trading so far. So you see another losing trade of $28. In total, I have a $40 loss I need to cover, which means it's time to move on to step 3. My next trade will be a $70 trade, so I'm going to click Trade again, look at the Trader Insight, and I see that 66% of traders are saying that the Euro USD is going to go up. And so I'm going to enter my $70 trade with the call button, type $70, and click Trade. Now, as long as I'm always trading in the same direction as the majority of traders as shown via the Trader Insight tool, and as long as I'm sticking to my strategy which allows me to manage my investment wisely, my odds are always improving. So let's just wait for this trade to come in. And we're back, and it looks like this time the trade was successful, which is kind of a shame because I wanted to show you the next step, but I think you're getting the hang of it by now. Since I won this one, I'm now going back to step 1, and I'm going to continue to follow the process as usual. So let's look at the overall picture. I've managed to recoup my loss of $40 from before, which leaves me with an extra profit of about $16. If you look at my balance, you'll see it is updated again with the money I made by winning this trade. But let's just check the My Trades tab again to see the results of our trading so far. And as you can see, I entered into a trade for $70, which gave me a profit of $56.70. So I've managed to cover the 2 losses from my previous trades, and at the same time, I've added an additional $16.70 to that. Now, I can already hear you saying, $36.14 in 3 hours is only $12 an hour, which is less than I make working at my day job. But, and here's the fun part, what would you say if I added another 0 for each of the trades? Make the $28 trade a $280 trade, and the $70 trade a $700 trade. Now let's look at the profits with another 0 on the end. So we've got a $120 loss, another $280 loss, but a profit of $567 on top of that. Adding a 0 means that your hourly income will increase even as you're doing exactly the same thing. So are you starting to see the potential now? Alright, for now I'm going to continue trading with these numbers as I don't want to change my strategy for today, even if it means I'm going to make less money. But I'll be back with you tomorrow, and I'm going to show you how to use the Trader in Pajamas system with higher volumes. Okay, so we're back just one day later, and today is August 14th, and it is 4:35. As you can see, I finished trading yesterday with a small profit, and now my balance is $10,467.99. But today, I'm going to change that significantly. So it's the same process. Let's check the Trader Insight tool. It looks like 72% of traders are saying the Euro USD is going to go up, so I'm going to go with the majority. I'm going to click call, and I'm going to enter a $120 trade. Now notice the fact that the amount of time and effort I'm putting into my trading today is exactly the same as yesterday. Nothing is different today, except for the most important part, the quantity of profit that I can generate. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video again so that we can wait and see how this trade comes in, and I'll be back with you at 5 o'clock sharp. It's now 5 and the trade is just expiring now. Remember, even if I lose this trade, it doesn't matter because I'm simply going to increase the amount of my investment as shown below, but add another 0 to each of the amounts. But it looks like this trade is going to come in anyway, and if you look at my balance now, it's updating. Fantastic, I'm going to have almost $100 added in there, and here you go, my balance is now $10,565.19. As you can see, I've made almost $100 in just a half hour by doing the exact same thing I did yesterday using the Trader in Pajamas strategy. So this will be my last trade for this video. I wanted to show you how you can start with a very small investment which gives you time to build confidence in the system. Then, later on, once your confidence has increased, you can work with bigger investments and make much more money with the same amount of time and with the same amount of effort. Now, if you're more comfortable making smaller investments like the ones I demonstrated at the beginning of the video, you can also trade multiple currencies at the same time using the same method. This will also allow you to boost your earnings while still making smaller investments.
Thanks, Dan, for that great explanation on how to make money real easy with binary options. Remember, you can start trading on any broker that we recommend, and you can take advantage of the bonus. Right now it can be 30, can be 35, can be 25. Next week can be 50. In a couple of weeks can be 100. So stay tuned and good luck.